Hey Full Fam, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Alright guys, so in this video I'm going to show you how I make these amazing meals. These are pretty healthy and for the most part low carb, and I do want to say before I get started, I've been MIA from my channel because I was sick, and I'm pretty sure you guys could hear it, but yeah, let's go ahead and start with this video. So the first meal we're going to make is going to be like a chicken taco with veggies type of meal. I kind of just created on the spot. Like if you're going to be eating healthy and you're not really like used to cooking healthy, you're gonna have to create a lot of meals on the spot. But as you guys can see, I'm just getting some chicken tenders and I'm rinsing them. I already cleaned them and everything, so now I'm just gonna go ahead and chop them up. They were a little bit frozen, so I'm just gonna chop them up into like however big or small I felt like. And for my seasonings, I normally just use some Lorry's, some garlic, some parsley, some slap your mama, just whatever you guys see me using. If you have any questions on the seasoning specifically, go ahead and comment down below. I will let you guys know, but like just the norm. So garlic powder, onion powder, whatever I feel like putting in the food, that's what I put. And sometimes I do use paprika. I don't really like paprika like that unless it's in spaghetti, but I just use it for the sake of this video. You know, I'm always extra whenever I'm doing videos for y'all, so yeah. Now I'm just mixing all of the chicken together, and then I'm gonna apply some olive oil on the pan, and we're gonna go ahead and get that chicken cooking. I love how that chicken is not sizzling up one bit. Anyways, I'm like, since it's not sizzling up, let me go ahead and wash these dishes, because that's something I rarely do. So I'm not even gonna lie and be like, wash your dishes while you cooking, because I rarely do it, but I did it for y'all today, so give me a thumbs up. But next I'm gonna be using some spinach and some cilantro, and the chicken finally started sizzling up, and I think I added some red pepper flakes to it, and I'm gonna add some parsley. Now majority of the time when I add parsley to my food, it's just so it could have some nice green color and look better in my eyes. Because the lady that
we making chicken wings up in these mud.
Cool. Next we're gonna grab some tomatoes. And these are so pretty in like the perfect size. Whenever I eat them, I just like to split them in half and cook them for a little bit of time, not too long. So that's why I choose when the chicken is almost done to pop them in there. Like I find that tomatoes give your food so much flavor and juiciness. I'm also gonna get some corn and some peppers. These peppers are frozen and they are literally a miracle. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and put all of my chicken that's already cooked in this little foil so all the juice will stay there. And now I'm gonna rinse my pot and put these vegetables in there. I'm gonna make like a little stir fry, and I did add a little tiny bit of olive oil to the bottom. So turns out I didn't rinse the pot well enough because it still got a little burnt marks, but that's okay.
Oh my goodness! Oh guys, come look! Y'all, it's a heart-shaped pepper.
We're gonna go in with some corn. Y'all just be doing too much. Okay, so I'm gonna put the corn, and I really do love corn, so y'all gonna see that in a lot of my meals in the future if y'all want more cooking videos. And at the very last minute, I'm gonna add my tomatoes, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and cook that up with the chicken and some taco sauce. Alright, so as my wrap, I use this low carb wrap from Costco, but I think you could get it from other places too. But it only has 4 grams of net carbs per wrap, so that's amazing. I'm just gonna go ahead and put my little ingredients in there along with some spinach and cilantro on the top. And y'all know I cannot say cilantro. I can't. I feel weird, so cilantro it is. But yeah, that's basically the first meal that I made. I think this was really good. And the only thing I would say is maybe add a little less taco sauce. I kind of went crazy because it was almost done. But yeah, that's it for the first meal. So now, oh, what? Not me plugging my IG. Now for the next meal, we're gonna be having some quinoa, some bulgur weeds, and also some colored quinoa. So I had a little bit of that left, so I'm just gonna use it with the regular quinoa. And for my veggies, of course, tomatoes, frozen broccoli. I don't like fresh broccoli because they have a smell, and we're gonna be using corn, duh. And lastly, my peppers, y'all. I truly advise you to invest in those because it's just that good. And this is the mahi fish. I wanted to try it for the first time, and I'm also gonna be using some salmon because that's literally all that I had left as fish in my freezer, and that's just another box of salmon. And of course my greens, you already know what's up with the cilantro and the spinach. So I'm so upset right here because I actually thought I was recording. I started cooking up the quinoa, which all I did was put a little bit of olive oil, some garlic, and some salt. But for the mahi fish, which is what's on the stove, I literally just put it on the stove, and I'm gonna go ahead and add some lime to it now, and other seasonings as well. I don't actually really like that fish, so if you're thinking about trying it, maybe try something else. I don't know. It just wasn't really it for me, and I feel like it could have been better. Like all the seasoning they put in there, it just was nothing, you know. And I had to add my own seasoning, which I felt like that's just a waste. So this is me just adding my own seasoning, my Lori's, my adobo, garlic, my lime. Like it was just not it for me, and it was just too much work. But I went in with the parsley, gave it a go. And yeah, so this is the quinoa right here. It's gonna go ahead and get cooked. I think I added about 2 cups, actually no, 1.5 cups of water, and I'm gonna add a half a cup more because quinoa does take a lot of water to cook. And I'm gonna cover that up, and we're gonna wait. So here the fish was just starting to cook, and I'm turning it because I know for a fact you cannot eat this fish undercooked. So it was just really stressful because they're talking about you could get sick if you cook it like under, and when it's over it's just so dry and tough. But that was just like my least favorite meal, you know what I'm saying? Even though I tried my best to salvage the fish, I just didn't like it. So yeah, now while those are cooking up, I'm gonna be working on my salmon. You have to multitask when you're meal prepping, guys. So I'm just gonna take it out the container, rinse the salmon itself. I am gonna add lime and everything, but that's for later. And I have 3 salmon, so I'm gonna do that for all 3 of them. Alright, so the mahi fish is basically cooked. I tried to add some sauce so it could have some juice when I'm eating it like at a later time because we are meal prepping. So yeah, that's what it looks like. I love the colors from the parsley and the seasonings. And I'm just going to go ahead and cover it up and put it aside. So next, I'm just going to be oiling my pan with some olive oil, adding some lime to my salmon. I feel like lime is so important when you're cooking fish, chicken, and when you're cooking anything really that's like raw meat. And this is called apis. It's basically a seasoning mixture my mother made for me, and she's amazing. So shout out to her. I love you, mommy. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and dab that on my fish, put it everywhere on the salmon. This has everything I need as seasoning on my fish. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and put it all over that, and then I'm gonna put the salmon on the stove and let it cook. Alright y'all, so we switched angles because my camera kept overheating, but I'm gonna add some parsley. I already know with the parsley, and some Lori's because I realized that my mains, like my quinoa and my bulguri, were gonna be a little bit bland, so my fish needs to be flavorful. So I just added a little bit of my Lori's in there. I'm just gonna flip my salmon. It looked really good. I hate when my salmon is too dry, so I always like to cook it perfectly. So most of the time I don't get that little brown color, you know, like a brown crust that I like. But yeah, I'm gonna be using a clean spoon because I did use that spoon to get the seasoning for my salmon. And this is the quinoa. It's basically looking really, really good, and I like the texture. It's pretty cooked right now, so I'm just showing you guys the grains. And now I'm basically gonna set it aside because we have to work on our other main. So I'm gonna get a fresh pot, olive oil, you already know the deal. And before I do that, I'm putting my salmon away. Alright y'all, so over here I was just trying to tell you guys that I am going to add some lime on the side for when I'm eating it later, but I'm not going to do it now because the lime is just going to get cooked. So on top of the salmon, I'm going to add my cilantro, and yeah, that's basically it for my salmon. Next, we are going to be making the Bulguri, and if you guys are not familiar with what Bulguri is, it's basically extremely healthy, very little to no carbs, and it's really delicious. I know it looks weird, but I strongly advise that you guys try it out, because don't knock it till you try it, baby. So I'm gonna get my mom's seasoning, and I'm pretty sure you guys saw me put some olive oil and a green onion on the pot. So that's basically gonna help it with flavor. And I'm also going to be using my coconut milk. I'm going to be using a little bit of that because, you know, that has a lot of fat in it. But that's just going to add a lot of flavor to the bulgur wheat. And then I'm going to add some water. I added about, I'd say, 1.5 to 2 cups of water. Exactly. So that was exactly 2 cups, and I'm gonna let that sit and come to a boil. So while that's happening, I'm gonna grab my veggies, and we're basically gonna be creating a little stir-fry veggie moment on its own. So that's gonna be composed of the bell peppers, the tomatoes, some corn, and some frozen peas and everything. You're gonna see all of that, but yeah, that's basically what we're making. Alright guys, now I'm just gonna go ahead and let that cook. I put that on there because I couldn't find a lid. But as far as the bulgur goes, I'm so sorry y'all, the thing with the camera happened again. So as you can see, the bulgur is already in there along with some corn. So yeah, that's gonna be cooking up and boiling up. And now I'm gonna uncover my veggies. They seem to be ready and I already seasoned them, so I'm gonna put them aside. So that's the finished product when it comes to the veggies. And y'all, I promise y'all, I never used to like veggies, but now I do, because once you season up your veggies and make it your own way, like, you're actually gonna start liking vegetables. But apparently this is me showing off quinoa. Like, girl, stop. But I'm gonna set that aside as well, and I'm gonna garnish it, of course, with some cilantro. And after that, we're gonna go ahead and jump right into the bulgur wheat. Alright y'all, so the bulgur wheat is basically done boiling with the lid off. Now we're going to put a lid on it and let it cook for about 30 more minutes, and then it's going to be cooked. But this is basically the end of this video. These are all of my meals that I created, and I like that I created it this way and not like set meals, because I could really just pick from whatever I want and eat it however I want, whatever combination I want. So yeah, I really like that I did that. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, just let me know by subscribing. We are on the road to 50K subscribers, y'all, and I know we're gonna make it, so let's go ahead and subscribe right now. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Love you guys so much. Bye. Fufu out. Mwah.